Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. And we have two very special guests with us today. Xiaomi recently launched its second Redmi Fire TV in India. And to talk about the new launch, we have Parag Gupta and Anuj Sharma with us. So let me quickly introduce them. Parag Gupta is the director and country manager for Amazon devices in India, which means he leads the entire device portfolio, which includes Fire TVs, your Echo Smart speakers, and also the Kindle e-readers. So, and of course, Anuj Sharma, all digit viewers, I'm sure they're familiar with Anuj. He's been around for a while. He's an industry veteran and he's a geek and he's also a marketing genius. And currently he's leading the Xiaomi as Chief Marketing Officer, CMO at Xiaomi. So currently serving as CMO at Xiaomi. So one thing I wanted to say is that we journalists often we have a limited one-sided perspective of what goes into a product, but you guys, you know your products in and out. You know what decisions go into product making, marketing point of view, consumer point of view. So we're looking to snag some really cool insights from you about the industry standards and everything. So welcome guys, welcome to our channel again. And before we talk about the new launch, so can you detail about the journey of the Fire TV in India so far? Like how has the response been for the 32-inch variant that you launched earlier, and in metro regions and non-metro regions, and maybe even worldwide?
So maybe I can just start from the India perspective, and I'll hand it over to Parag for the worldwide view.
Uh,
So for India perspective, it just made perfect sense, Deepak. When we were looking at having the right partner, I think most of the people in India, their first experience of what a smart TV could be, started off, with the Fire TV sticks. So when we had this opportunity, we've been working very closely with Amazon for years and years now. We just thought it would be better that we extend our business partnership into product partnership as well, and we decided to kind of do TVs together. So our first TV that we did was launched in March this year, and while for both of us, we were quite nervous. We were looking at how people will actually react to it. It became the number one seller on its first day itself. And from there, it's been a success story, and that's why we are actually coming in with the second gen, now. So I think from even Xiaomi standards, it's been a huge success. Uh, and obviously, from a partnership perspective, we are happy to kind of extend this further.
so
Yeah, and a big plus one to that, to what Anuj said. And I think just taking a step back on the Fire TV itself, so we launched in 2017, and really we have kind of set the bar high standard for online streaming on TVs, and to bring it on the one of the most loved and trusted TV brands in India is quite satisfying. And this is right in time for Diwali. So we are hoping that the customers love it as much as they did the last one and purchase it. Just on the Fire TV experience, most of our products, in fact, all of our products are rated 4 plus. And this is from millions of customers who have given us feedback over the years why they love Fire TV. It's a content forward experience, it's a lag free experience. You can find your content very quickly. And then obviously with the Alexa voice remote, you get all the smarts of the voice control and smart connectivity on the TV. So all of that has really been appreciated by our customers. And I think this is a huge step ahead just in time for the sale event that we're going to unfold on Diwali.
okay, so do you also want to talk about the new launch? So what's special with the new one that differentiated from the last one?
The biggest difference that comes in itself is the size, right? And
Yeah.
one aspect
Yeah.
that we are seeing from Indian consumers is more and more households are now looking for a larger TV. So I think this makes it perfect. For years, and I think if I go back uh, when LCD TV started coming up in India in 2004, 2005, 40-inch used to be like the main SKU. So 40-inch continues to be like a aspiration SKU for most of the Indian households, but we are going beyond that. So we're bringing in a 43-inch. Right. So most people are looking to upgrade to a large TV, and this makes it a perfect size where it fits in everyone's home. but it also kind of gives you the large display that they're looking at from a family perspective. The second aspect that we want, and this is our almost a mission for the moment, is how do we get 4K into as many households as possible. Uh, wasn't really possible earlier, but over the last couple of years, we've seen the amount of 4K content that's available has gone up. We've been fortunate enough to now start seeing big sporting events coming in 4K. It's actually the perfect time that you also have a 4K TV available in as many houses as possible. So a larger TV, a 4K TV with obviously all the great experiences that come in with Fire TV there.
Okay, so
Yeah, and
like,
just to quickly add to it, for from our perspective, it's just about the customer choice, right? So, like Anuj said, giving them that experience in full 4K and all of the audio and video theater like qualities for all of the original content, all of the movies, all of the sporting events is incredibly exciting. A couple of other things just to add to what Anuj said. One of the key innovations, I think you saw that during the demo also, is the picture-in-picture technology that's coming on this TV exclusively. And what it allows you to do, so let's say you have a camera, a front door camera, or a camera in your baby room, and then you can simply say, Alexa, show me the front door, or Alexa, show me the baby room. And just there, without like any hindrance to your viewing experience, picture in picture, you will be able to see the feed. And I think we will see how the customers react to it. I, in my own experience, found it to be incredibly useful to have like that experience. The other one that I would definitely want to talk about is with TVs. There is customers will want to switch between the online content and the stream and the live content, let's say a DTH box or something like that. And so I think we have made that also incredibly useful. With the Redmi remote, customers can easily switch between the two feeds without any hindrance. And they could even use Alexa as simply as saying, hey, switch over to Alexa, switch over to DTH to watch some of the content that they may want to watch linearly, right? So I think you don't need any IR cables, you don't need any IR blasters and things like that with this TV. You can simply do it with voice or your remote. So those are the two things I would add that are coming on this TV, apart from all of the size and the audio and the picture quality enhancements that are being rolled out. Yeah.
yeah. So can you like also share some insights into like what's the market share for 32-inch and 43-inch TVs in India, and also the non-smart TVs? Like, are people still buying those? So what's the scene like?
So there is still some amount of non-smart TVs. It has gone down significantly, and I think I would probably say that Xiaomi had a huge part to play in this. Back in 2018, I think smart TVs used to be, single digit or early double digit overall from a market share perspective. Now we are close to about 90 to 95% of all TVs are actually smart TVs. So that change has already happened. But yes, I mean, what you are actually talking about on the size perspective also is there. A large part of consumers are looking at a 32-inch or have been buying a 32-inch. That's been the top seller in the festive sales over the last couple of years. This year, we are hoping that we can change that.
Okay, so the 32-inch TV is the most selling TV size in India right now. Okay,
It is.
that's interesting. So yeah, so like Anuj, with this, will these like Fire TV models will they compete with the Android TV portfolio that you already have, the Xiaomi portfolio? So what essentially will differentiate the experience for consumers? So,
Uh, so, I mean, from a portfolio perspective, how Xiaomi kind of looks at this is we try and bring in the best possible experiences and give that choice to the consumers. So obviously we've got TVs on multiple platforms, including now the very successful Fire TVs. So we will continue to kind of have that as an option, and it's for the consumers to basically choose what they think or what their viewing habits are, how they kind of view this aspect.
Okay. And like I would like to ask Parag this one. Okay, Parag, like Fire OS, the experience on your other devices like Fire TV sticks and on TV. So, is there like anything special for the TV, or it's the consistent same experience across the board?
For us, it is most of the experience is consistent. But if you really think about customer backwards and what customers tell us, there are certain use cases that differ between, let's say, a Fire TV stick or a Fire TV, like a Redmi with Fire TV built in. And some of those experiences I've already talked about. Like, for example, switching between your feeds is more prevalent when you have a TV than when you have a Fire TV stick. Also, the picture-in-picture kind of an experience where on the TV you have the feed from a camera. You can just watch it then and there. But overall, from our perspective, it is all about giving that content-forward experience regardless of the format. I mean, if you think about from a Fire TV perspective, we have a range of devices that we offer the Fire TV experience on, be it a Fire TV stick, be it a Fire TV Cube, or the Redmi TVs with Fire TV built in. It's all about creating that content forward experience. I think we are driven by the experience with the a tenet of saying, hey, how can we get the customers to watch the content more quickly than spending time on searching for it? So, for example, if I say, Alexa, watch Kantara, then Fire TV will pop up Kantara right there. I don't have to jump through the hoops of one by one app to find the content. And I think those are the kind of experience we really, really want to deliver regardless of the format. But like I said, on the TV, there are certain use cases that are more prevalent, and we have invented on behalf of the customer on those ones.
What are the like? Can you share the opportunities that will enable the growth of like smart TV industry in India, along with the challenges that lie ahead, like in the next 5 years or so?
That's a deep question.
I think I mean, I'll tell you from my experience, right? So, like the two three things the that are acting as tailwinds, right? One is obviously the infrastructure itself, right? Like uh, the the wireless broadbands are getting more and more prevalent. You can pump more data through them. Similarly, on the Wi-Fi, there are new technologies that are coming in that allow you to have less latency, higher performance. Then you come on the tech side. That, for example, this TV has some of the best panels, the best audio experiences, and so you come to the TV tech itself. The performance is becoming better and better. And then you finally come to the experiences that are outside, that are kind of elevating the TV experience beyond just a TV. So if you think about TV, it is the biggest screen and takes a central position in your house, right? So there is so much more you can do with it. So, for example, on this TV, there we have introduced a smart home dashboard. What it will allow you to do, and customers we'll see how the customers react and adapt to it. But from a tech perspective and from a feature perspective, they can see all the smart home experiences all the connected smart home devices that they have. They can control their lights, they can control their cameras, they can control their ACs. On this TV, customer can say, Alexa, watch Fuzzy, and the lights can dim, the AC can set up to a comfortable 22 degrees, your blinds can close, and that's possible today. And so I think that a lot of the stuff that we are seeing, and a lot of the tech that's coming, and a lot of the infrastructure that's building out is going to transform TV. And some of the experiences that we have built out currently in the US, for example, the ambient experiences on Fire TV, which really kind of like blends the tech into the background and allows the customers to have that delightful experience. I think all of those are going to get a very strong adoption in India, and I think 5 years from now, I think you said, I can't even imagine what the biggest screen in the center of your home could do. This is the experiences we can do even today. So I think we are incredibly optimistic about what the TV experiences will be in the future and how the Fire TV will contribute to it. So that's my take on it. Anuj, I'll let you speak
Yeah.
about that from your perspective too.
Frankly, Deepak, I think 5 years is too long. If you take me
Yeah,
back to 2018 and ask me, how 2023 would look, I think it would be completely off.
yeah,
But the good news, I think, is it's moved in the right direction. It's moved faster than what I would have anticipated. And I'd agree with what Parag is saying, right? So what you need is you need content. You need a way of delivering that content to the consumers and for the consumers to be able to consume that part. Uh, People want great content. People want to kind of see this in greater clarity, lifelike kind of a feel. Now, content is being worked on, and obviously the whole explosion of OTT content
yeah,
players has been great, and the fact that they've all picked up on 4K is also very, very encouraging. The second part is we were in a way limited till now that you would have to have a broadband line to be able to view high-res content. Now with 5G coming in, and hopefully with the advent of CPE devices that you will start seeing, I think from the end of this week, right? The first CPE launch that comes in. Uh, so that the data pipe is not really a problem anymore. So which basically means you've got great content. You have an easy way of getting that content in. And of course, with TVs like the Redmi Fire TV that we are launching now, you can also consume that. So I think it's completing that chain. What I would like to see in the next 5 years is just improvements in this part of it, and maybe a more immersive home experience, the home of future that we've always envisioned, but we've never been able to execute.
yeah.
So
And just to last point on that, even from Xiaomi's and Amazon's partnership perspective, we have so many Xiaomi products on our marketplace, and we are like you could connect a Xiaomi smart TV, smart camera on this one. You could connect a Xiaomi smart bulb on it. So I think if you just take a step back and say this is the biggest screen, what can we do to it, and with it, the possibilities are amazing.
So, and also about the user behavior. So, like, how has the consumer behavior for smart TVs like changed in recent times? And are they like using voice commands a lot more than they used to? So, do you have some like something to share on that front? Okay, how in the pandemic and post-pandemic era, how has the consumer behavior changed with smart TVs?
So I think that's a very interesting observation, Deepak. What's changed in the post-pandemic world, from a consumption perspective. So one thing that's happened in 2020, 21 is the because everyone was sitting at home mostly, the content consumption went up significantly, uh, which also meant that the discoverability of different content avenues and genres went up. The consumption of the Hollywood and Bollywood blockbusters at home started becoming more and more. What's happened once we've gone into this post-pandemic world is while certain movies in movie halls continue to do well, but people have still not shaken off what they can do at home. So the entire movie viewing experience, for that matter, is almost gone back to, I would probably say, the Doordarshan era. So of course, this is for people of my age. Every Sunday in the evening, I remember as kids, we would all gather around the TV because at 6 o'clock you would have this DD1 movie that would play across the country. And somewhere between that movie, one, obviously the movie brought people together, but somewhere during halfway through that movie, we, at least people who would go to school, would start getting depressed. We've not done our homework for Monday. Uh, I think in a way, it's brought the family back together. So we've gotten to this habit where the family comes back, and when a new movie is coming into say a Prime Video for the first time, people are watching it together again, which basically means that the importance of, again, having a larger TV. So earlier we just spoke about the fact that earlier people were just kind of getting a taste of these flat screen TVs with a 32-inch, but now people have started actually looking at a bigger display. And along with that, when you're watching a movie, you want it in that movie like effect. So you want great video, you want great sound. You probably are watching it in HDR10. Uh, you are watching it in, and that's where the demand of 4K has actually gone up significantly for Xiaomi. Where I think in the last year itself, our 4K devices have gone up by almost about 70%. So this is all post pandemic. So people are kind of watching that, and people are a little more uh, attuned to these small changes, right? They can kind of see that I don't want to watch it in 480p or 720p. I want to watch it in the glory that it was supposed to be in. So that's where a larger TV for the household, because the household is finally coming together, is becoming important, and they want to watch it in 4K. So that's essentially, part of our research, which has led up to this particular product launch for us as well.
Okay, interesting,
I
Anuj.
think, and just to add to that, also the big plus one to what Anuj said. Just to give you another data point, in Alexa, people place about 6 search queries every second in India. So you can imagine how much content is being watched and binge watched, right, one after the other. And that's showing up in how many originals are starting to come. So if you just compare 2019 to 2024 or 2023, sorry, you will notice that the amount of original content that various content providers are pumping out, including Prime Video, has gone up, and that's again to create to that experience that the customers are looking for that Anuj just mentioned. I will just also add one more fun fact is the other users also started going up. So, for example, fitness videos and people working along with the I mean, your TV became almost like your personal trainer in the gym with the experience, and there are a lot more fitness apps today on the Amazon App Store on Fire TV than they were 4 years ago. And so that experience is still continuing, right? So our research shows that some of the experiences that people picked up during that time in a kind of like a forced way, they have started to love it, and they are extending them, as Anuj said, even post pandemic. So I think some of these are persistent and here to stay.
So, guys, that's what's all from my side. So, anything else you want to add about the new product? So, feel free to go ahead. That's
I would just say that it's been an incredible partnership. I think it's coming of two companies that have a very similar customer backwards, customer centric mindset, and that's allowed us to bring these experiences to customers. In the great, like in during the Diwali sale, we call that Great India Festival. Electronics is one of the categories that customers love. Fire TV has always been one of the best sellers across the site in most of these events. So, as Anuj also mentioned, and I'm sure he will echo this, I think this is a great offering. This is a great product, just in time for that experience. And by the way, also in time for Cricket World Cup. So I hope customers love it, and we will be eagerly waiting to see their reaction.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for Xiaomi, we continue to have that content first approach, right? So it just makes perfect sense to have this partnership. Uh, viewing content with Fire TV obviously makes it a lot easier to find, a lot easier to navigate, and as Parag was saying, a lot easier to search as well. So you're not wasting too much time in that aspect of it. And obviously, when we have to kind of justify how good that software is with the right hardware as well. So we continue to bring in all our innovations. It still comes with the Vivid Picture Engine, which basically is all our learnings that we've had in India in terms of how consumers like that content, and we've kind of put that back into the picture quality. So fairly confident on how people will kind of perceive this device. I think internally also from our test perspective, everyone who's experienced this TV has loved it. Can't wait for consumers to also get their hands on this and see.
Yeah, so even I can't wait to review it. Thanks, guys, for watching, and thank you, Anuj and Parag, for your time. And if you guys have any more questions for us, do shoot them in the comments below, and we'll soon be reviewing the new Xiaomi 43-inch Redmi TV, and we'll answer all your questions in our review. So stay tuned for that as well. So thank you. See you in the next one.